Ora baxım. Aha, yaxşı. Okay, başlayayım. Aha. Hello, my name is Paulina Desetnichenko. I am teaching ethnomusicology and musicology courses in Japan, in Waseda University in Tokyo, and my PhD is in also in ethnomusicology. I received it at the University of Toronto in Canada. And my family, we came to Canada. We immigrated to Canada when I was 9 years old from Ukraine. Well, I'm Ukrainian. So when I heard mugam for the first time, it was in Canada when I was doing my PhD. And I completely fell in love with it. It was like love at first sound for me. So after that, I decided to focus only on Azerbaijani mugam for my research. And specifically, my topic is post-Soviet Azerbaijan, and I'm looking into how mugam, how traditional music helps to create identities, post-Soviet identities for people in Azerbaijan. So mugam actually, it's part of this very vast musical tradition that is there in northwest China, among the Uyghurs, in Central Asia, in Turkey, in Iran, in North Africa. It's called very similarly in all of these places: makam, mukam, shashmakam. So mugam is part of that. It's part of this Eastern kind of heritage, Eastern art. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that of course, mugam, like all of these makam traditions, it was developed in courts by Sufis. If we look at the ghazal poetry, we can see these meanings. So it is rooted in Sufism, in tasawwuf, in irfan. And exactly these two factors in the Soviet era, they were targeted. And the Soviet reforms that were taking place in the 1930s, with mugam, with literature, with everything, the goal was to make a secular national art for Azerbaijan, to separate it from the East, from Islam. And so this music was changed by quite a lot. And today, what I'm seeing among musicians, among poets, singers, is they're trying to bring back the pre-Soviet form of mugam. For example, they are interested in more complex ghazal poetry, like Fizuli, Nasimi, and very sort of philosophical ideas that are there in the poetry. They're also bringing back precisely cycles, the dasgah, the cycles of mugam that were prohibited, that were banned by Soviet reforms. So it becomes a very sort of decolonial movement in this way. And I think that even for general public, not talking about musicians or specialists in this music, but just people, they know, even if they don't understand Fizuli to that depth, but when they listen to mugam, even on the kind of the level of the body, the sense of mugam, they feel these meanings that are in the music. They feel that it's part of their identity, that history, that tradition, all of those cultural meanings that are in the music. They feel it even on the bodily level, and that's why I think a lot of people start crying when they hear mugam. So I do think, and I really, as I said, I hope that there are more projects, there's more interest in this music, because I think it's so important for Azerbaijani people to appreciate, to value this music that has been there, that connects them to the Eastern civilization, Eastern world, that connects them to spirituality, to Islam, because this is, I think, a very big part of their history, a very big part of who they are.